there, I'm Square, and let's talk about anime. This week, we have the conclusion to Season 1 of Yashahime, Episode 24. This show has been building up to this moment, and with these last few episodes only getting better and better, has the finale lived up to our expectations? Well, let's go over a quick summary first. I'll try to be concise. We pick up where the last episode left off, the arrival of Kirinmaru and the lead up to the showdown between the demons. Tensions are high, and luckily, Kiara makes another appearance, scooping up Toa, Setsuna, and Moroha to get them out of the way. Sesshomaru, giving off an air of resolution, has decided it's time to face Zero. Zero taunts him about her ties to Rin, but Seshi seems to not care anymore. Kirinmaru tries to step in between, but Seshi is pretty determined. In order to stop this battle, Kirinmaru steals away Zero's rainbow pearls and sends them off in different directions. Zero mocks him for this and denounces him as her brother as she goes off to find her pearls. Suddenly, Kirinmaru is stabbed from behind. It's Riku. He managed to pierce Kirinmaru through the torso, weakening him before teleporting away. Sesshomaru follows after Zero at this point, telling the Yashahime that the upcoming battle is a rite of courage and cowardice, and leaves them to fight Kirinmaru. Now, we have the final battle of the episode and Season 1. The three girls, Toa, Setsuna, and Moroha, are squaring up against an injured Kirinmaru, who says he will no longer hold back. The girls go in one by one, but their attacks are rebuffed one after another. Kirinmaru doesn't seem to even be breaking a sweat and almost looks disappointed at the lack of fight from all of the girls. At this point, Kirinmaru decides the best way to get a show of power from Toa is to put Setsuna in danger. Toa attempts to stop him by stabbing him in the same place where he was previously injured by Riku. Tensions rise even higher as Setsuna jumps in to strike an opportunistic blow, which leads to disaster. Kirinmaru lashes out and strikes a deadly blow on Setsuna, who falls mortally wounded. We then get a heartbreaking scene between the twins, with Setsuna calling Toa's sister for the first time before passing away. Moroha jumps back in the fight with an advanced Beniyasha form. She seems even more powerful, more in control, more determined, and her powers don't seem to be waning. An enraged Toa physically changes before our eyes, almost like she's turning into a full demon herself. Now the battle seems a bit more even. Toa and Moroha team up and send attacks at Kirinmaru, who has to transform himself to match their powers. The fight is intense. Back and forth, blow for blow, the backdrop changes around them. Some of the best looking action scenes play out before our eyes. In the end, Kirinmaru is able to overpower them both. The girls crash to the ground, defeated. But instead of landing a final blow, Kirinmaru leaves them both, almost coming across as a sign of respect. As the episode wraps up, the rain begins to fall. Toa cries over Setsuna's body, cursing herself for not being strong enough to protect her loved ones. Then, Sesshomaru appears. Unheard words are exchanged, and Sesshomaru gives Toa the broken Tensaiga before disappearing once again. Wow. This episode was worthy of a season finale. Beautiful animation throughout, some of the best of the entire series. The fight choreography was gorgeous. The way the girls fought together and used their attacks in sync was a sight to see. We have had such a build-up to this moment, this true showdown with Kirinmaru. And in the end, the girls lost. And they lost badly. One of them even losing their life. But I was not let down at all. The girls have been slowly gaining in power throughout the series, and this episode really highlighted the fruits of their labor. But it wasn't enough, which is exactly how it should be in my opinion. They're still young, inexperienced half-demons, and they're still mainly fighting with borrowed weapons. If they were able to defeat Kirinmaru, the demon lord of the East, that wouldn't have felt right. It would have felt too easy. If they were given some type of Deus Ex Machina to win the fight, I would have felt cheated out of my investment in the series. But that didn't happen. Instead, we were given a fight with an injured Kirinmaru so the girls could stand some sort of a chance. And even though they fought their best and it looked like they made Kirinmaru actually put out some effort, it wasn't enough. We ended the first season on a loss. A heavy, heavy loss. One thing I worried about while watching this series is the trope that many anime fall into. The problem with power creep. That's the situation where a character is granted newer and more powerful powers and abilities so they can defeat the enemy of the season. But then the main cast is overpowered as well, and things would go way too easily until OMG, an even stronger enemy appears, so the main cast needs to gain even more powers to defeat the new villain. But now the main cast is too powerful and no one could possibly stand a chance against them. But look, an even stronger enemy appears. I guess we have the even stronger than before. That empty progression. The MC is as powerful as can be. They got legendary weapons, a hidden magic, an ability that shouldn't even exist. Well, they still have to get even more overpowered by someone else just to build up again, or we won't have a series. Yashahime avoided this splendidly. The girls are more powerful. We could see that in Moroha's Beniyasha form. We could see this in how they combined and tag teamed their attacks. We see this in how Toa was able to bring forth the powers of her demon blood. But they aren't the most powerful. They still have growing to do. The big bad is still out there, and they aren't nearly strong enough to face him. Ending on this cliffhanger, giving us a shred of hope through the gifting of the Tensaiga, beautiful way to end things. And now we're heading into season 2. And I am so relieved. Another season is desperately needed to complete the story and tie up all those loose ends. These last few episodes of Yashahime have been the strongest of the show by far, and I feel this bodes well for the series as a whole. Yashahime tripped up several times along the way, but seems to have finally found its stride. It makes me wonder if the studio was hindered by circumstances out of their control. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and the way we work with each other is very different, and deadlines are different, and workflow is different. And it feels like the team put a lot of effort into the first couple episodes and the last few episodes, and everything in between felt kind of rushed. And I am thinking it may be due to our situation. But the fact that they were able to pull this off in the end and give us a truly great series in these last few episodes, I feel like this bodes well for the future. And I'm really excited to see what the future will bring. As far as the future with this channel goes, I'm gonna wrap up this season of Yashahime with a video updating the Inuyasha Yashahime timeline. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. We've learned so much throughout the series, so many plot points that need to be added. And I personally really like things just broken down to give me just an overall view of what's happening, congruent to everything else, in relation to everything else. And I think that would be a good wrap up for season 1 as a whole. I'd love if you would join me for that. I'm also working on several more videos in the anime and art realm. Series recommendations, reviews of current running shows, possible art tutorials, highlights of shows you might have missed. I have been greatly enjoying creating for this channel, and Yashahime is really just the beginning for me. So if you'd like to join me in this journey, please subscribe. And any likes, comments, anything like that really, really does help the channel. And as for the art for today, I felt like something like this would be a little appropriate for a finale. I hope you'd like it as well. So again, I want to thank you for joining me. This feels like a huge accomplishment, reviewing every single episode in this kind of double series. It's been really fun, and I hope I get to see you all again. Until then, please have an artsy day.